Frick you! We died to the funny number! Alright, I think I've died like 4 times. Why did I release so early? So this is Blade Justice, a very iconic 2.0 extreme demon, and after getting 96% on raw top travel and absolutely losing my mind, I'm certainly gonna regret that. I decided to quit that level and play something else instead, which is none other than Blade of Justice. Oh, and I can assure you I underestimated the difficulty of this level. In this episode, we were faced with severe mind blocks. Alright, I think I've died like 4 times at this point. Sections of the level that felt impossible to get consistent at. Insane consistency. Okay, that's the first time I've done 21 to 100 twice in one day. And of course, tragic deaths. With all that being said, this all was still a great time, mostly. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode of GD Progression. So on day 1 of Blade of Justice, I spent it learning mostly the last 30%, and I already thought the ending of this level felt like it was really difficult. And then I tried UFO at 70, and there was a problem. It felt really easy at first, but then it just didn't get consistent at all. And yeah, I got no good runs to 100. And then day 2, I attempted to learn the duel, and oh my god, this took so long to even slightly understand. I tried the UFO some more, couldn't get consistent, and yeah, I didn't get any good runs to 100. Progress was really slow so far. On day 3, things started to go a lot better, and I did the 63 UFO to 100. Finally, dude. That run took me forever to get for no freaking reason. But then shortly after that, I got 57 to 100. Nice. 57 to 100. That was pretty solid, and then a bit after that, I was playing from the duel, trying to get more consistent at it. And then I got this run from the duel. Bro, that was so dumb. I almost did the duel to 100. Dying to the last ship was really dumb, but hey, at least I did a lot better than the day before. Then came day 4. I decided now I really want to get 21 to 100, but I wasn't very close to that. But things were going well. I was finally starting to get more consistent at the UFO, the duel, and everything, and then I got this from 21%. Okay, that was a good run. It sucked to die that quick to the swing, but that was a good run. That was not too off from 21 to 100. I was somewhat close. I also decided to get in some grinding at the pre-drop, so I wasn't stuck there the next time I played. I got my first new bests. Nice. Okay, yeah, that was really good. Anyways, that was pretty good for day 4. I was still honestly pretty worried about how long this level has been taking to get consistent at. Usually levels around this difficulty range, I'd have a really good run by now, but I didn't have anything that good. But I guess it is what it is, and I just kept grinding. Then day 5 came around, and I was just randomly playing from this ball at 26. And then from there, I got this. Oh, dang it. I almost got 26 to 100. That would have been really good. I finally almost got an actual big run to 100. I mean, I didn't actually get it, but I was still pretty excited. And then next up, I was practicing this really hard section at 12% to get more consistent at it. And then I got all the way to the UFO from there. To 70. That's really good. Wow. Day 5 was a big improvement. Also, the more I played the level, it got more consistent, and I started to enjoy it quite a lot. Now on day 6, my consistency wasn't too bad, but I didn't get any clip-worthy runs. Day 7, however, something really insane happened. This session started out really rough. For like the first hour and a half, I couldn't get anywhere. But then I decided to lock in, and then I got this run from the 12% wave. Oh my god. Dude, what? I just had a really stupid little slip up at the end. Screw the 21 to 100 run I wanted to do. I basically just did 12 to 100. If it weren't for the silly little slip up at 96, this would have been the biggest star position run I've ever done on an extreme demon. Anyways, it was getting really late, but I decided to play a little bit from 0 and I got a new best. Oh hell yeah. I got any best from 0. Yeah, day 7 was hype. I was super excited after this session. These last few days of progress you've been watching, I was actually on a trip, and I did what any real dasher would. I bought my entire Geometry Dash setup with me on this trip, and ended up getting some really good runs. But then the next day on day 8, I finally got home and decided to do my first Blade of Justice stream. I of course put my 12 to 96 run in the title of the stream, and people were asking me about it. And I decided, you know, I'll just play from this wave for a while. And let's see if I could get far. Because I had the wave section to like the 7th UFO before. So I was like, oh, maybe I could get far again from that section. And ironically enough, while I was playing from 12%, explaining how I got 12 to 96%, and guess what run I got from 12%? Wait, what? Okay. Okay. I just did that? It's been about 30 minutes and I actually just finished 12 to 100. Well, there you go. A new biggest run to 100 I've ever done on Extreme Demon, bigger than 13 to 100 on Sakupan Hell. This run is basically the entire level. The only thing before it started Ship and Robot that are not that hard. Of course, for the rest of the session I played from 0 and I got my first duel attempt. And I almost passed the duel, and I died to the easiest part of the duel, but I didn't die to the hard part of it. That easily should have been a UFO attempt, but it was not. Still, day 8 was fantastic. Unfortunately, on day 9, I woke up sick, and it hurt to talk, so once again, I could not stream this level. That kinda sucked, but this session did not suck. And I actually kicked off the day with my first run of 21 to 100. Nice. And that was a great run, but little did my past self know that was not the only time we'd be getting 21 to 100. Anyways, I got some attempts from 0 and I got back to the duel. Oh my god, way too early there. Bro, that was a really dumb death, but an insanely good run. And just a few minutes later, I got something pretty insane. Oh my god. Alright. Whoa! Okay, I almost just beat Blade of Justice. Okay. Damn. Not only did I get my first UFO attempt, I got super close to passing it. And yeah, I was very hyped about this. Unfortunately, day 10 was not a good session. I kept getting to the duel, but just dying to stupid stuff. And it was getting to the point where playing this all off stream was kind of boring. Anyways, on day 11, my throw was finally getting better and I got back to streaming. We pretty quickly got started with another run of 21 to 100. Was that from 20%? That was really good. Wow. It's pretty safe to say I was consistent at most of this level, but for some reason going from 0 was way harder. Unfortunately this day I did anything but get back to the UFO at 70. Dude, that's really dumb. Frick, dude, I was worried about that wave. So yeah, day 11 was alright, but day 12 was absolutely insane. The session started off strong with another, you guessed it, 21 to 100 run. Yeah, so we did 21 to 100 for the 3rd time. And then I went from 0, and then I actually had my chance already. Why did I release so early? No, I actually released like a whole second too early. Why did I do that? No! I fluked this all the way from 73, fluking all the difficult parts that I feared. There was that one last gap at 94, the last hard thing in the level, and I died there. I had the opportunity to get my biggest fluke, the opportunity to beat this level with only one UFO death. But did I really think that Blade of Justice would let me off the hook that easily? Of course not, because things only started to go downhill from here. Oh my god, okay. I'm consistent though. Frick you! I I should have practiced that part. Well, that was an insane day. But you might be wondering, I said the UFO part was really hard, so how did I only die there once from 0 so far? I don't know how I did that. And of course, the next day, the bill of UFO deaths came due. No! I almost passed the UFO. Dude, that sucks. We died to the funny number! Round of applause for me. We died to the funny number. We did it. I think it's safe to say that I was going a little bit mentally insane at this point. Feeling of knowing how close I was to being the level with only one UFO death. That was not a great feeling, and it got amplified more every single time I died to the freaking UFO. Oh, and by the way, let's not talk about day 15, shall we? For anyone who's in the stream, you would know that I was going kind of mentally insane and did not get a single good run. But now we got day 16. I really tried letting go of just the reflection I keep having of the 94 death, and just accepted that for this level, it is what it is. Well, I actually started this day with a good quality warm-up. Can you guess what it is? Yep, it's 21 to 100 again. Another day, another 21 to 100 on Blade of Justice. I was so consistent. How have I not beaten it yet? Well, for one obvious reason, and it's still that damn UFO. Alright, I think I've died like 4 times at this point. Oh! Oh my god, I died to the funny number again. I had such good consistency at everything on this level, especially when doing runs. But of course, the UFO just denied my access every time. And then the next day on day 17, I actually started with an incredible warm-up. I quickly, of course, got, you already know. Okay, I really don't like the way I did that last ship. Okay. That's the first time I've done 21 to 100 twice in one day. In the first half an hour of the session, I already did 21 to 100 twice. I was off to a great start, but then whenever I played from 0, I was kind of stuck. It felt like it was going to be just another day of getting some mid-runs and maybe getting mind-blocked at the UFO again. I even decided now I wouldn't clip UFO deaths because of how common they were. But the good news is there was nothing to fear, because this happened about 30 minutes later. Yes! Yes, let's fucking go, dude! Oh my god! First UFO attempt of the day. Yes! Blade of Justice is done. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's my first UFO attempt of the day. Yes! You'll go back to Rob Top Travel. You get back on the Rooftop Travel, yes. Let's check the attempt count. It's gonna be very high because there happens to be a little duel in this level that's confusing. It takes a really long time to get consistent at. Then all those past attempts, and then holy shit, that's like over 20k, I think. It has been done. Blade of Justice. The justice has been served. Alright, let's talk about Blade of Justice. To start off, Blade of Justice is an awesome level and definitely one of the best levels from the 2.0 era. It has beautiful deco for its time, it has an original theme, and the song it uses, Betrayal of Fear, is actually like one of the most epic songs I've ever heard. I've had this banger on my playlist for years. Alright, well, let's get into what we're mainly here to talk about, and that is the gameplay. If you couldn't tell, I found this level to be really hard. This took so long to even get consistent at. It took me so long to make any progress on this level, as you have seen, but thankfully everything does get consistent, and that includes the duel and kind of includes the UFO. I think this level has a lot of really fun and satisfying gameplay, such as everything from the first drop to the duel, and even the duel is pretty fun once you get the hang of it. The only exception being that the skew part here is a little bit awkward, but it's not too bad, still kind of fun. The first robot is fun, the first ship is a little bit of a drag, and the first wave is satisfying, but really got me stuck from zero. Even though this gets very consistent, I still think it's definitely the hardest part of this level. Like, I couldn't imagine this wave part being in the middle of the level. That would suck. But yeah, first half of this level is really good, but let's talk more about the second half. Of course, you already know, we gotta talk about this UFO. As I already mentioned earlier, the first time I played this UFO, I was like, oh, this part's pretty easy, this won't be too bad. And then I played it a few more times, and I was like, okay, I was wrong. You know, it got pretty consistent, but still kind of felt like gambling the whole way through. I don't know, maybe I'm just not good at this motion UFO gameplay. Any other Blade of Justice victors? Let me know in the comments if you agree. This UFO was just really frustrating at first, but eventually it got, you know, kind of consistent. The duel's also infuriating at first, but you can control it once you get it down. And let's talk about the ending of this level. We're gonna be here for a while. Firstly, the swing, I did not die to a single time from zero. People hype this up as one of the hardest parts of the level, but I never found this hard, really. But to make up for that, I found both of these wave sections at the end to be very hard, actually. I thought this little ship that I died to from zero once was also very hard and kind of awkward. And lastly, we got the very final ship. This part's just kind of awkward, and it took really long to get somewhat consistent, and still so many runs I wanted to get to 100 were killed by this part. But yeah, in my opinion, this ending is pretty damn chokeable, so that's just wonderful. For the enjoyment rating, I'm gonna have to give this a 7 out of 10. I didn't enjoy the first days playing this too much, and the last days got a little stressful, but aside from those days, I found this level to be pretty damn fun, so that's good. And I'm going to place this level at number 3 on my hardest list. The length, the chokeable ending, and the things that just took so long to get consistent at made me find this level way more difficult than something like a Thanatos. I think I just found something like this so much harder than a Thanatos, because a Thanatos is just so damn short versus a longer level that requires more nerve control and extra learning to do. And yeah, I found this harder than through time, but still, nothing's harder than Bloodbath. Anyways, if you made this far into the video, you get a bonus clip here. I actually tried rebeating Blade of Justice in the same session where I beat it just to see what I could do, and I actually got really damn close. Oh my god, dude. If you enjoyed this episode of GT Progression, don't worry, I got you. We got a whole playlist of all the GT Progression episodes right here, so if you want to see videos similar to this, I got a ton. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I've been spending all my free time editing this the last few days, and it's been taking a really long time. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.